Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm Robert from the El Magnifico Games channel, and today we're going to continue with a playthrough of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. First, I should apologise for being a bit late. I had a migraine earlier. I'm still not feeling all that well, but I should be able to play some more Lorelei. If the hopefully I won't have to end the stream early, but we'll just have to see how it goes. I think I should be alright. But anyway, so with that said, oh, no, don't tell me the controller's not working. Hang on, does this window, there we go. We're good, sorry. Wrong window had focus. What was I thinking? So what's happened in Lorelei and the Laser Eye so far? Not a lot, actually, because I spent quite a lot of time observing things around the world and solving some specific puzzles in a puzzle book we came across. But we haven't actually delved all that far into the game itself, as in progress the story. What we know is this appears to be the main character. This is who we control. And they have turned up at this hotel. They had a letter in their possession, if I can remember how to access the character's photographic memory. They had a letter in their possession, this one. Syracusa, December 13th, 1962. Signorina, as discussed, I'm expecting arrival at Hotel Letztes Jar on January the 7th next year. This project is my magnum opus, the mother goose of all birds. It is my firm belief that you can help me transcend the limitations of art for humans. We'll put on a show for the eyes of the cosmos. Ab imo pectore, which means from the bottom of my heart. Rinzo Nero. Actually, I think it's Renzo Nero. So, I assumed that the year was 1963. And in fact, one of the puzzles we had to solve was putting in the notionally the current year into a combination lock, and that was 1963. Yeah, there's a computer here which is dated, which has a copyright notice up to 2014. So there's actually quite a lot of evidence to suggest that actually this whole that letter from Renzo Nero is a historic letter, presumably addressed to someone else, since the character doesn't look old enough to have been the intended recipient, if it is in fact 2014 now. It does make you wonder why the combination lock on the door was never changed, though, after, what would it have been, 62 years? No, 52 years. Only 52 years. So I can't explain that. There was a dog there as well, in the hotel courtyard. My point being that clearly someone's been looking after that dog. So, you know, it's not like the place has been uninhabited for 52 years. So really not clear what's going on there. We found some rather interesting information about Renzo Nero right towards the end as well. The end of last stream. Where was it? Yeah, here we go. Given the recurring themes of gambling, Nero's comment about cards in a 1960s interview in Technic and Photography comes as no surprise. There is magic in cards. My childhood friend Gino could do things with cards that I have never seen since. He was good with tricks, little Gino, il bruto, a horrible gambler. He never realized that in order to win you have to cheat. It was simply a boy who relied on luck. The game is rigged. Cheating is part of the game. And I won't read this all to you again because I've already read it once before. Unless you want me to, I could. Yeah, here we go. The occult always had a hold on Nero, from his scrapbooks and indeed his work, which often including elements like crystal gazing, tarots and such. We can surmise that he was particularly interested in soothsaying. He once said to Claudia Piccini, editor of The Etymologist's Dream, that he did not need to see the finished cut. He had already seen the whole film in a prophetic vision. He often said in interviews that he did not believe in fate, but to friends he often spoke about different methods to see the future. Contradictions are contrary to my beliefs, he famously wrote to his worst critic, Paul Dumont. Anyway, my point being is he seems to be somewhat involved in the occult. I don't know anything about this game's universe. I don't know what is and is not possible. One has to wonder if he is something of a confidence trickster, but he might not be. I don't know. But that's what we gathered, and that was in a book about him, which again doesn't prove that it's after 1963 now, but it makes you think that it probably is. My point being, I don't know how prominent he was in 1963. It's possible that someone would have already written a book about him. But equally, it feels more likely that it's 2014, especially given this computer. Where did this computer come from? Anyway, I've been rambling on for long enough. I'm sure you get the idea. There's mysteries afoot that we need to solve. The only other thing I'd mention is the shortcuts in this game. That by shortcuts I mean like paths you can take to get from one place to another place more quickly. In the normal game sense of shortcuts, they all seem to be bolted, and there's padlocks on the bolts. And we found the solution. Notionally, we found the solution to them in SC Bolt Number Puzzles, Volume 1, etc. Yes, your shortcut to a quicker brain. But someone other than the author obviously highlighted shortcut, which I took as an indication that each of these puzzles is going to be the solution to each of these puzzles is going to be the combination we need to unlock the shortcuts we find in the world. And so that's the last thing we did at the end of last stream. We just sat down and basically solved all the puzzles in that book. And I have a list of them somewhere. If I check my notes. Oh, that was it. Nero referred to Lorelei Wise as a woman with laser eyes. Lorelei Wise appears to be some artist. But she also had a computer. Again, this was back in the 60s, it looks like. Make of that what you will. There we go. I've just found my list of all the solutions to those specific puzzles. So one thing I think we should do is, I distinctly recall we had gained access to a shortcut. But I had, as in we found the bolt with the padlock on it, but we hadn't unlocked it yet. Here we go. So, oh yes, SC bolt. That makes it look even more likely that this is the That's odd. Hold on, let me check my notes quickly. I just noticed I don't have 16 in my notes. I have 15, question mark, then 17. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Oops, didn't mean to do that. The controls in this game are slightly odd. I'm trying to access my inventory. There we go. But if I'm close to... So the game seems to have taken... having as few inputs as possible and giving them multiple meanings depending upon context to an extreme. There seems to be several buttons that let us walk around in the world, and pretty much every other button seems to cause us to interact. Like literally all the triggers, the bumpers, all the the A, B, X, Y, all of those seem to be the same input. Like they all activate whatever's in front of you, or if there's nothing in front of you, they let you access this menu. I mean, it works, it's just a bit unusual. Anyway, yeah, let me go back to this. Why do I have no 16? There is no 16. Somehow I faithfully copied it out into my notes, but failed to notice that. Okay, fair enough. And unfortunately, 16's the one we seem to be looking for. Let's hope that's question mark. So the answer to the question mark one should be 64. Did that do it? It's locked. No, it didn't. I have no doubt that the solution to the question mark puzzle was 64. That was a really obvious puzzle. If I just show you it again. It's just the powers of 2 from 2. Hey Pengy, it's lovely to see you. How are you today? Are you having a good day? So I have no doubt that that's the solution to the question mark puzzle. Hang on, which number is hidden behind the question mark? Oh, clever. Okay. I see what you did there. Checking to see if I was paying enough attention, and I wasn't. Hang on, where did my pen go? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm getting by. I had a migraine today, that's why I'm late. So I'm not feeling 100%, but I didn't want to. Yeah, I know. So when I get a migraine, afterwards I get a migraine hangover, which is what I have right now. That's my own term. It's not like a medical term or anything. So, I'm not in horrible pain right now like I was earlier, but I still feel, a bit out of sorts. I think I should be fine. But yeah. Still, these things happen, and I do count myself lucky that I don't get migraines more. Like, I used to get them more when I was younger, and I know other people get them more. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think I've had, like, a migraine for a year or so up till now, which is amazing. Where did I put my pen? That's what I was looking for. I put it down somewhere and then forgot. Oops. How did I manage that? Where could it have gone? That's annoying. Sorry about this very unprofessional moment. Found it. So, are we thinking that the solution to that particular lock here is 16? I think we are. Yes. Okay, we did it. I wonder how many people would have just guessed 16 because it said 16 on the door. Okay, I thought this is where it would lead. Incinerator, you were, as expected, clever like the mouse who finds a fresh carrot among mouldy cheese. Forgive the strange welcome with a locked gate and a black dog. We have to be sure to keep uninvited guests away. Meet me inside. Our journey 116 years back in time is about to begin. The past is the key to the future. Bona Fortuna. Renzo Nero. Our Nero. So again, this is the weirdness with the years. We have good reason to believe that Nero was writing in the 1960s. But when we arrived, the gate was locked and there was a black dog. So is it the 1960s? Well, if it's the 1960s, where did this computer come from? As I said earlier, like, it feels much more likely that it's 2014. And he said our journey begins 116 years ago. Now, this hotel used to be a manor. And the manor was owned by, if I can find it in my notes. Give me a second. I promise you I'll have it in my notes somewhere. Although I seem to have misplaced the page. Unfortunately, I have a lot of pages of notes for Lorelei and the Laser Eyes already, which makes finding the bits I'm looking for that much more difficult. Oh, Rennet Schwarzwald. Rennet Schwarzwald. She was a female artist. The last owner of the manor was owned by the Schwarzwald family for a long time. And she apparently died without issue. I think there was a suggestion that this hotel was haunted by a... Oh, it was a lady. I'm trying to remember what rank of nobility she was. I want to say Duchess, but I think I might be mistaken. I'm not sure she was as... quite as noble as a Duchess. Which one was it? Ghost Tour. Brave the haunted dark nooks and crannies of the hotel and soak up the atmosphere of centuries past. A nightly ghost tour is exclusive to our bravest guests, as the old building is home to a wide variety of spirits, good and bad. Most famously the Countess. It was a Countess, that was it. Who is said to stalk the hallways in search of her eyes. Ooh! And who knows, perhaps you will also be invited to find and enter the many hidden passages on the tour. Please observe that pre-registration is required and that children are only allowed in the company of an adult. I haven't established whether Rennet Schwarzwald was a countess or not. I am thinking probably not, because if she was, I think it would have been mentioned before now, because that would make her Countess Schwarzwald. But I can't be sure. Is there still... Yeah, shouting behind this door. We haven't eavesdropped there yet. I've been resisting eavesdropping, but I do wonder if it's going to be necessary to do that to continue the game. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked, wasn't I? I was talking about the dates. She died 116 years before 1963, I think it was. So again, all these letters from... So in that message, that's more evidence that that last message we saw from Nero, which seemed to be apologising to us for the locked gate and the dog. That suggests that that was written in 1963. Yes, because I think 1847 was the year that Rennet Schwarzwald died, if I recall correctly. Exhibition opening 2014. Again, that suggests it's 2014. So it looks like Nero has left messages here that have been undisturbed for 52 years, talking about going back another 116 years. But then there's that dog out the front that must be a different dog? I don't know. Oh, this is backwards. The etymologist's dream. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I'll write it down. I'll add it to my notes. But, yeah, I don't know what that means. Oh, what page was it? I was leaving these sorts of notes. Must have been further back. As I say, I've got pages and pages of notes for this game already. There's a load of stuff I haven't recapped. I haven't I haven't covered again yet. Because I don't want like the first half an hour of the stream just being me talking about a bunch of stuff we stumbled across. Because I don't know which parts are going to be relevant going forwards. Still, we've not been up here before, so there should be plenty for us to explore. I don't think we know the combination to this one, because this is not... Oh, I bet I know what the combination is. I bet it's 1847. Because the letter from Nero indicated that that's the year our journey begins. And it's not. Okay, I don't know then. Okay. Order. 1, 2, 3, 4. A Jew. Felici. Oh, Tbilisi. A Jew Tbilisi. I don't get it. We can read it in the top left picture there. Let's keep going. Oh, another one of those tubes. Document tube. Open the second floor document tube. Document tubes. I'm making a page for notes on specifically these. Wait, did that say the second floor? We're on the first floor, aren't we? Are they using the American numbering system? Or is that the European one as well? You mean the numbering system that skips floor 13? No. In Britain, at least, we would say that the floor which is in line with the ground is the ground floor. Like, if you were to walk into a building from the street, that would be the ground floor. The next floor up is the first floor. The floor after that is the second floor, and so on. But I think in America, ground floor and first floor are synonymous, and the floor that would be one story up would be the second floor. There's a hole in the forehead of the sculpture. Okay. We could try the car keys. I don't think it'll do anything. Insert something in the sculpture's forehead. These notes should all be being added to our character's mental notes, I believe. Yes. So I don't have to keep track of all of that myself. Fortunately. You know what I was saying earlier about the fact that all the controls seem to be overloaded? Like, there's effectively, like, only 5 buttons in this game, as far as I can tell. No, 6. There's the buttons that act like that bring up the start menu. This. Buttons that confirm. And buttons, and the up, down, left, right button. Well, it means that I can't back out of menus without going all the way up to the X. Like, I am just so used to being on a screen like this, and then, like, pressing B twice to get out. But it's not B, it's confirm. Whatever button I press, it's confirm. Anyway. Ooh. What have we found here? Ah, okay. This is another one of those documents I need to rearrange. How do I do that again? Like so. Lorenzo the Great. That goes there. It would seem. Does this go here? No, that doesn't quite line up. Does this go here? That doesn't quite line up either. That looks almost right. I think this bit needs to get shifted down. That's right, isn't it? Do spirits come back? Lorenzo the Great. What's that say? Latest mystery show. Right, I should make a note of that symbol, shouldn't I? Here it's all mixed. Depends on the one designed the building, I guess. Oh my goodness, that is unfortunate. Yep, looks good to me as well. So that's another micro mystery solved. Not quite sure how it fits into the bigger picture yet. It's bolted from the other side. Right, so that's a shortcut we'll have to open up later. Before we go up any higher, which we will do in just a moment, I want to go back and find the other 2 mystery tubes. Okay, need to quit out. Again, there's no button to quit out. I have to remember to press up to to try and open the lock. There's no like cancel. The Ace of Hearts. Oh, I forgot. That's just the smallest room in the hotel. Right, I think this is one we solved earlier. It's not looking very solved. I guess we didn't. Maybe I've not been in this specific section before. I thought I had. Apparently not. Okay, we'll solve that in just a second. I'm sure there was a mystery tube around here somewhere. Like, really close to here. Oh, here we go. Right. The little... if you look on the floor, you can see there's little arrows pointing you. In fact, they're not quite arrows because they don't have, like, the middle bit of the arrow. It's more like little angles, little right angles pointing you which way to go. There's an up and a left over here, and I think that's where I got confused. Right, so this would be the ground floor tube, I think. I wanted to go back for this one so that I could add it to my notes. In fact, there's a fair chance I wrote that name down anyway. But I'll have a dedicated page to it now. And then we were able to go down lower still. This is the one we did earlier. Lorenzo the Great and his magic roses. What stories do they hold? Okay, doesn't look like we found another tube here. Unless this is below the ground floor. This might actually be below the ground floor, thinking about it. I think this is. I think I remember where the other one was. And that the other one was on the ground floor. So this is basement 1, I guess. This is floor -1. Is this a Swedish game, by the way? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Tidhor means belongs to. The tag mentioned something about Malmo, even. I think we saw a bit of Swedish last time, didn't we? Like, one of the puzzles had a bunch of different words from different languages on, and one of them was Swedish. Malmo, which I'm probably mispronouncing, is a Swedish city, by the way. I see. I did not know that. Very good pronunciation, actually. Well, if it is, then that is just good. Just beginner's luck. I bet Swedish is quite a nice language for a native English speaker to learn, though. I haven't forgotten about the other room down there that we haven't fully explored yet, nor have I forgotten about the second floor. Wait, have we been up this way? No. Okay, that's 3 directions we can explore in. Where was that other document tube? Did I make it up? Hang on, I'll tell you what. Let's check our, mental notes. Open the second floor document tube. Open the first floor document tube. Open the basement document tube. Right, I'm not mistaken then. They're both using the American numbering system, unless that's more widely used than just the Americans. But also, we did find another document tube. I have just forgotten where it was. Oh, an American dollar. Books about language. Oh, we've already read that. Books about numbers, biographies. It's not downstairs, it's definitely on the ground floor. So there's only so many rooms it could be in. Yeah, developer is a Swedish independent developer from Malmo, it appears. Interesting. Something on the other side of the door is blocking the way. Well, so this is, we're getting some Swedish representation in video games here then. I'll be honest, I don't particularly follow developers, so I don't know if there's any other Swedish developers I should be aware of. Mojang. I had a feeling, but I wanted to look it up before I said it, so I didn't make a fool out of myself. I usually look it up when I see something that is either Swedish or feels like a specific Swedish culture. This is driving me mad. I know I found a document tube on this level, and the notes in the game itself back this up. Did you just see what I just saw? Look at that chandelier right above our head. I'm making a note about that. Key in, or on, I suppose, chandelier, foyer. I could have so easily missed that. Oh, now it's making me paranoid. How many other things have I missed? There's the document tube. I knew there was another one. Whether these names are ever going to come up again in this game, I have no idea. But I'd like to make a note of them just in case. Unravel and Little Nightmares are two series I'm thinking about. Someone recommended Little Nightmares to me, I think. Someone did. Unfortunately, I think it was before I was writing down I think it was before I was writing down who gave me recommendations. For a very long time, whenever someone gave me a recommendation for a game to play on stream, I'd write it down. But only recently have I started keeping a record of who actually gave the recommendation, so that I can give people proper credit. Oh, love that game. Both of them, actually. It's more a semi-platform horror game, really well made. It's a platformer with depth, so 3D. Don't know what to call it. Well, there are 3D platformers. That is like a genre that's a bit underrepresented, but not like massively underrepresented. Or what I mean, 3D platformers are rarer than 2D, but there are a few of them. Okay. I'm making another note about Unravel and Little Nightmares then. Since it sounds like you'd recommend them. Right, let's carry on. So there were 3 directions I could explore in from here, wasn't there? There was one down below, there was one in the basement, one from the library area, like going up to the first floor, and then there was we could get to the 2nd floor, I think. Oh, some people call it 2.5D. Interesting. I've heard 2.5D used to describe like point-and-click adventure games, particularly if they use 3D graphics, but you're still restricted to, you know, like moving around a 2-dimensional screen. I think 2.5D gets used quite a lot, though. I've also heard it used to describe the original Doom, which may sound a bit odd, but the original Doom was actually a 2D game under the hood, with a few hacks to make it look 3D, and in some very, very, very limited ways behave 3D. So yeah, I think 2.5D is just probably just gets used generically to refer to anything which is which has some aspects of 3D but isn't actually implemented to be entirely 3D. I've heard it in the context of Inside. I'm not familiar with Inside. Also, it's lovely to see you, Stray Blaze. I hope you're having a good day. I keep forgetting how to rearrange these. I do wonder why the developer decided to have so few controls in this game, as I've been discussing earlier. I know something's wrong here. I'm just trying to pinpoint it. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, it's not going to be this, is it? No. Must be this. What does that say at the top? No. I can't read it. I can't read it. But I can copy down that shape. I don't know what we're going to do with these shapes, but I can copy it down. Have you ever played Limbo? It's from the same developer. I haven't. Isn't so in response to some people call it 2.5D, isn't that where you move around in a 2D world, but they have the appearance of height depth, but isn't really? I think that's a very good way of describing it, actually. That would cover both the original Doom and some of the point-and-click adventure games that I've heard described as 2.5D, because Little Nightmares is 3D. You can move, jump, and climb. It's just that it has a fixed angle, third-person camera that shows the rooms from the side like a platformer. Limbo is a great game too. Tarsa Studios, I think the developer is called. Wait, Limbo comes from Playdead, which is not the same as Ellen or Unravel, which is Coldwood, I think? I haven't seen much of Little Nightmares, but I made a guess that it might be similar to Inside. I'll add Limbo to the list. It may have actually already been on the list. Another American dollar, wonderful. Why there are so many American dollars around here, I haven't quite worked out. It's bolted from the other side, wonderful. I think that's all we can do in this room, by the looks of things. So on to the next. Limbo and Inside are both from Playdead. I'll add Inside to the list. So the list is all games that I may play in the future. It's like, it's not a very short list, but it's a short list, if you will, of games that I should look through if I want to find another game to play. There's a lot of number books. Take out the 1970 book, etc, etc, etc. It's stuck in the shelf. It's stuck in the shelf. It's stuck in the shelf. Who's glued all these books to the shelf? I'm just saying, to have one book stuck in the shelf like this would seem odd. To have a whole row of them. Is one of these books going to open up a secret passageway in like Scooby-Doo fashion? Oh right, Inside, you're right. Haven't played it, but been in a Discord when another person played it, I think. Looked like a good game. You better believe I'm going to try every one of these books. Oh, incidentally, I may mention this later, but on Sunday we began a Discord server. This is a server that's just running on my PC. So, because I'm not paying for to have a server running, I'm not buying a server. I mean, if there was a lot of interest, I could possibly price up what it would cost to like pay for a server for a month or two or something. But right now, I'm just turning it on when needed. It'll probably be available from well. But an American dollar was hidden on the top of the book. Well, hey. I'd better make a note of that. That was 1807 had a dollar. Yeah, so I'll probably... I don't know whether we'll be doing it every Sunday or not. But what I'm envisioning is that on Sundays, probably from about 7:30ish, GMT, I'd be turning the server on, and if people want to come along, yep, a Minecraft server, you're welcome to do so. was fun to play, and to be honest, I actually like the idea of having game sessions instead, since it's much more playing together. It's unmodded 1.21.4, I think. It's whatever the latest one is. Otherwise, it usually diverges. To some builds it a lot, the others become guests instead of equal collab. Yeah, but the problem is not everyone's going to be able to turn up every week. Yes, 1.21.4. You are, of course, welcome to use client-side mods. I'm not being restrictive about that in any way. But yeah, so we'll have to see what interest is like. Because obviously if no one's interested, there's no point doing it. But the current thought is that it will be Sundays from about 7:30 GMT that I'll turn the server on, and people are welcome to come along. People will be, hopefully, people will be available in voice chat and what have you. Not that you have to. Not that you have to join. Right. 1807 book not contained $1, had $1 on top. Still, just making people aware. I wonder if there's a particular reason they chose 1807 to have $1 on it. Was there something about that year that was particularly known for being lucrative? Ooh, this is an interesting book. Faces of the Moon? It's a combination lock with Faces of the Moon by the looks of it. Unlock the journal. I can't help but think a locking mechanism like that probably isn't very secure. As in, I have concerns that... obviously, I can't inspect this in real life. I have concerns that something like this would be quite easy to mechanically defeat. You know, just remove the lock entirely. But I like the concept. I like the concept of entering what I assume is 5 different phases of the moon to unlock. Right, I think maybe I should absolutely double check. I think that's everything up here we can currently access. I can see there's like another side of the room, but I can't get to that. There doesn't seem to be a path over there. And we've looked at all the books already. Right, so there's only one other place that I know we can get to that we haven't been to yet. And that's the second floor. Up here. There's another computer here, interestingly enough. $2014, interesting. They call it hallway 3rd floor. It's locked. I don't have anything to get in there. Unlock room 2014. 1847. That's where we were told our journey begins. But before I head in there, I should probably check... Oh, here we go. Another one of those document tubes. I should probably check what else is in the surroundings. In the surrounding area. Incidentally, for those that haven't played the game before, I'm perfectly open to... you know, if you see something, for that to point that out and what have you. It's bolted from the other side, so that's a shortcut then. Is there anything else here? Anything else to be explored? I don't think so. More paint on the ground. I know from last stream there seemed to be someone that was like was spreading paint footprints in paint around the place and getting paint on objects. There's no one on the other side. Wait, what did it say? Oh, there's no one there, sorry. 1963. Espresso machine. Okay. Oh yeah, it's the espresso machine. It's coffee in this game that lets you run, isn't it? That's how the run mechanic works. I have no idea. Unlock west hallway 3rd floor door. Bolted from the other side, so that's a shortcut. Ooh! We found another one of the Great Lorenzo's posters. Or Lorenzo the Great, I should say. Sounds about right with the coffee. That's clearly the bottom one. So that doesn't look quite right. That looks more like it. In his latest mystery, playing cards, turning to keys. Turning into keys, rather. Why does it say memory recovered, not, you know, memory imprinted, or something like that? It's as if these are things that we knew in the past. Right, let me copy this down as well. I'm running out of space on this page for more of Lorenzo's pictograms. Or whatever they are. Right, what else do we have here, if anything? Seems like a dead end. Oh. Another American dollar. Aren't we lucky? I'm not sure those are ours to take, really. I mean, the game seems to be encouraging us to pick up every dollar we come across. But I'm not sure they're ours. Okay, I guess we go into the room we were told in which our journey begins. Actually, we should probably save first. Interesting that there's a wheelchair here. Could that be an indicator that Renzo Nero is here, but he's very infirm and presumably elderly? Oh, it's locked. I take it my car keys won't help here. No, of course not. Okay, right, well, I mean, we're well into the game now, aren't we? I've reached a point where I don't know of anywhere that I can reach. So we're gonna need to solve a puzzle to make progress. Coat hanger? Oh, we actually took our jacket off, I see. Okay, great. I don't know if that's helpful at all, but nice to know that we can do that. Why wouldn't you have a coat hanger by the door, though? Surely that would make more sense. Interesting that we can't the other doors say they're locked. That one says there's no one there, which is a little odd. Why the distinction? Is the main character unwilling to try and open that door? You know, as if they know that someone else is there. Hello, we've not been here yet. That maybe? Is that right? I think that's right. Lorenzo's Vermilion Tears. Cure the blind. Heal the sick. Okay. Bold claims, bold claims. Another American dollar. I do have 5 of those symbols now, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what to do with them. Truth recovered, 12.8%. Really? We're already an eighth of the way through this game? I'm surprised. That would make this a fairly short game. Well, I say that, but we're like an hour into the second stream. Maybe it wouldn't make it that short of a game. It feels like we haven't done much yet. Maybe that's about right, though. we'll have to see how it goes, but if I am able to make steady but slow progress, maybe that's actually would correspond to good game design. You know, not having a lot of content, but, you know, just having a consistently challenging level. Such that it takes you a while. Very beautiful music that's just started playing. Alright, where do I go from here? I don't know. Oh, I'll tell you what we haven't done yet. I've been being too polite. I've been refusing to eavesdrop. I wonder if that's what's been holding us back. I guess we have to eavesdrop. Wait, have I been here yet? I have not been here before. Astronomical clock. It's locked. Unlock the west door. Has that advanced the truth uncovered? It has. So whenever we discover a puzzle, even if we haven't solved it, it advances our progress. Door opening. Something's happening. Meet him at the hotel. Oh, is this Renzo Nero? Hold on. Let me pause the music, since I assume there's going to be spoken dialogue. Signorina, I am happy like 1,000 children to see you. Please forgive my absence. I had some matters I need to discuss with the Americans. Ask about red substance. Ask about the telephone call. Ask about the project. Ask about the dog. Let's assume I only get to ask one of these. I don't know what the telephone call's a reference to. I must have forgotten something from last stream. Ask about the project. First things first, Signorina. You must above all get to know this house. After all, it is your art that will reveal all its secrets and memories. Ah, are we Lorelei Wise? Although that still raises questions about what year this is. This is crucial to the project. Interrupt, keep quiet. Now, Signorina, if you would excuse me. As you can see, raindrops fall on man and hedgehog alike. I have to go and clean off all this red paint. Call me on my room number about your findings. We must uncover everything. Call me on my room number. I'm staying in room 1963. Signorina, you'll of course be needing your room key. I left it at the reception desk. Good luck, Bella. I think that means beautiful. He's staying in room 1963. Call him. I guess I don't need to add that to the... Oh, I have to go round to get to the reception desk. I guess I don't need to add that to the to-do list then. To call him if the game's already done it. Interesting. Okay, what was his name? Renzo Nero. Not under N. And we're thinking we're probably Lorelei Wise, aren't we? And we're also not there. Okay. Well. Good thing for our photographic memory. I suppose we have that telephone directory memorized already. Let me start the music again. It's bolted from the other side. Wait, what was that? I think I missed something there. Surveillance monitor. Telephone. I guess we should test it. 1963. Pronto. Buongiorno. What's on your mind? Ask for advice. Explain that there is no news. Keep looking, Signorina. Call me if you find anything new. Right, so we've established how that mechanic works. Los Angeles, January 2nd, 1963. To whom it may concern. It has come to our attention that Mr. Nero has contracted you to work on his project. We're writing to let you know that we are not involved in any capacity with Mr. Nero, nor any of his projects as of late last year. Anyone choosing to still associate with Mr. Nero after receiving this letter will be regarded as complicit in Mr. Nero's game. Complicit in Mr. Nero's game? That's a very interesting way to phrase things. Furthermore, my personal advice for your own safety is to not engage with Mr. Nero, as it has been proven time after time that his behaviour is erratic, perhaps even dangerous. Sincerely, Robert Sidney. Well, isn't that curious? Robert Sidney letter. January 2nd, 1963. So another letter from long in the past, it would appear. And I was also going to add Robert Sidney to the list of people we know. How would I, if I were to very quickly summarise that letter, what would I call it? It's not quite a letter of complaint, is it? I suppose it's a sort of warning letter. Oh dear, I think there's two bits of music playing side by side. That's an interesting lock. As you can see, there's on each of these rotating squares, there's different sides that have been painted. Trouble is, I have no idea what the solution is intended to be. Locked key cabinet. I assume that's going to be how we get our room key. I wonder what typeface that is. It's a typewriter font, isn't it? Quite a nice little one. Even more, I get the feeling that right now I'm supposed to be able to solve a puzzle that helps us progress. Frantic typing from the door. Yes? Is this about the script pages? Just slide them under the door. Okay, I should make a note about that. So he's expecting script pages. I assume it's Nero on the other side of that door. Script pages for Nero. Goodness me. Wow, any ideas where we begin? I don't think the magic posters are the solution to the lock we saw with the... What's it called? The cabinet. The key cabinet. Because there are because that particular puzzle was only like too tall, wasn't it? There wasn't really enough room for all the intricate design there. What's playing right now? Oh, Amazing Grace. I thought it sounded incredibly familiar. If he was just having a conversation with the Americans, then where are they? I've not seen hide nor hair of them. I'm more than a little curious how this one works. No, I was just wondering if we could recognise what those symbols round the outside are, but I don't think we can. Aside from one that looks remarkably like a 63. Sorry, a 69. How am I going to reach that key? Oh, it's right there. Exhibition opening 2014. Strange thing to write in 1963. I can't help but think that the posters we rearranged must be a solution to at least one puzzle. I solved these, didn't I? Or most of them. I never found where we were supposed to use the solution. Oh, these must be for the document tubes. Look at the names. Okay. Because it's the same names. Got it. Did I solve all these before? I think I did. I just don't remember where I put the solutions. Well, that's a major breakthrough. Oh, the dog's called Rudy. I'd obviously forgotten that. I only solved some of these. Okay, so this one I apparently thought the estimated cost was 260. Do I agree? Let's see. I count 2 there and 3 there. And assuming it's symmetric, that makes it 5 on each side plus 3 in the middle. So yep, I'd agree with that. So that's the ground floor document tube. First etage, which I'm sure I'm mispronouncing. Modern design proposal, inexpensive materials, economic construction, low priced interior. Any hidden costs? I didn't solve this one before. This, I think, is the one individual whose document tube I haven't found yet. We'll go back to that one in a second. Yes, this is the first floor document tube. Least expensive option. I think this is one I solved earlier. So I think we're trying to make the room design in the top left have the pieces that are in the... that we have the costs for that are at the bottom. And I think... Didn't I only find one way to do it? Because it says least expensive option, but I thought there was only one way to do it. Yeah, wasn't it like the 130 and 4 85 or something was the only way. Because they do say, project team said their cranes cannot rotate modules. That really limits it. Supplier only has one of each module in stock. Oh yeah, because we could have multiple 130s, couldn't we? In theory. But like, for example, if we try to combine the 210 and the 110, we don't end up with enough. It probably ends up being too long, and it's not thick enough at the top. Oh, that was it. 80, 55 and 130 was an alternative. It ends up being a different shape if we do the 130 and the 465. But the problem is we don't have a grid here to see exactly how big each of these rooms are. On second thought, I think it's more likely to be. So the question is, looking at the shape in the top left, what are its dimensions? If we were to break it down into like smaller squares, you know, like the smallest squares that make up the shapes down the bottom, how big is it? Is it like it's probably 4 high by the looks of it. But how wide is it? Is it 5 or is it 6? I think it's probably 6. But if it's 5, that gives us a different solution. Let's say it's 5 for now. That would give us... Well, there are 2 solutions, aren't there? So I'll just write them both down. And I'm pretty sure I worked all this out last time anyway. Although I've got to find the page again. Yep, those are the 2 solutions I have. It's either 615 or 265. Next one's apparently 729. Hang on, is it? Yes. Recalculate the area. That's just timesing. Report cost to client. I worked that one out as well. It's 300. Because it's the 215 plus the 85. Those are like the 2 halves of the building, and if you compare them to the model in the top right, those are the ones that exactly match. So that just leaves this one. This is the one puzzle we haven't solved. I'm going to assume this refers to the 3rd floor. that there's a document tube we haven't located on the 3rd floor, owned by a lofty Vinden. Any hidden costs? What do you mean? Inexpensive materials, economic construction, low-priced interior. This is nice. I can see the compass. It feels like that's a massive clue. But I don't get it. Looks like there's a bathroom that they've drawn. I mean, they say hidden costs, like... What, like cost of plumbing? Cost of furniture? What could it be? A secret room? Could there be a bill somewhere that's been hidden in the building? An invoice. That's my guess. How else does this make sense? Alright, let's start opening these. Did I go down here? Yes. Into the sub-basement. So we think this is 300. Well, hey! Good progress. Hotel Letz's Jar Cellar. Oh, is that Swedish then? Because I have no idea how to pronounce that. Oh, I can move around and examine. The cellar of the hotel is the home of a modern kitchen, a wine cellar, a cutting-edge toilet for all kinds of needs, and a space fit for lounge with a pool table. The old prison cell, which was previously only reachable from the outside, has been kept, but a shortcut leading to the elevator hallway has been added for convenience. Stairs from the elevator room lead to a space which has not yet been excavated. This space deep below could be used to hide the most valuable secrets in the future. Oh, can I not? Am I not allowed to zoom in? I assume that's the point of this. Nope. No, okay. Even though it's got a magnifying glass, and even though I can move around. Really? That genuinely seems to be the case. Huh. You know, earlier I said about how the developer seems to have collapsed all the controls into just into just 6 inputs. Start menu, confirm, up, down, left, right. I've just realised they've actually bothered to sum the 2 analog sticks. If I like move one all the way to the left and one most of the way to the right, it will slow it down and I can stop it and so on. Like, it's actually adding together the 2 analog sticks direction of movement, their vector. Although it won't let me go faster than one analog stick would let me. Anywho, Is that the dimensions of the building or something? I wonder. And where are we now? Are we here? So that's the central portion. That's a room we can't get to. Why are there scissors there? What's that supposed to signify? Can't get there. Prison's there. Okay. But we don't have a way to access it currently. Well, at least we know what's... Oh, the scissors refer to the shredded poster. Okay. So at least we know what rooms notionally exist in the cellar now. Ah, and there's another pair of scissors here. So yes, that's shredded posters. Why would you bother to mark that on the map that the builders are going to use? And there appears to be a clock in that room. And some sort of games device in there. Music in there. Okay. Right, let's open the next one. Two 6-0. Oh, I already had it. Hotel Letzes floor 1. The pride and joy of the Hotel Letzes. With all the conveniences of your dreams, this floor houses a lush restaurant, a rustic cafe, along with a library full of information, spacious lounges to socialise in, and even its own chapel. Goodness. So we're here now. We've been in those two rooms. Have we? No, we haven't. The reception room is combined with... Okay, so not all the scenes that we can enter are rooms as far as the map's concerned. I'm pretty sure that's split in two. Like if we were to try and walk there, I think we'd enter one room and entering the reception would be... by the game's engine treated as a different room, even though it's one room on here. I think. Yeah, I think that's right. So we should have access to the elevator already, if I'm reading this correctly. Okay. Should just be over here. We do. The elevator appears to be out of order. We may have done that before, to be fair. Oh, possibly not. Notice, elevator is out of service. We apologise for the inconvenience. Elevator surface info. Tell +4 something or other. Housemeister GMB. Nashtali 61. Let me write that down and we can check that in the telephone book. Here we go. Here we go. +4. But I don't see the +4 there. 3, 1, 6, 9, 6, 8. What's the country code? I mean, it sounds like a German company, right? Let me check. What does GmbH correspond to? I'd assumed that was like the German equivalent of being a limited company, but it might not be. Just give me a second. I'm getting the browser up. Company with limited liability in Germany, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein. Is a type of legal entity in German-speaking countries. It is equivalent to a society à la responsabilité limitée, SARL, in French-speaking parts of Switzerland, and to a società a garanzia limitata, SAGL, in the Italian-speaking part. So Switzerland has German, French, and Italian-speaking parts, apparently. Goodness. It's an entity broadly equivalent to the private limited company in the United Kingdom and many Commonwealth countries, and the limited liability company, LLC, in the United States. Well, that's enough of that. I wanted to identify it as being German, but we have to actually look up German... we have to look up the telephone code for Germany, Switzerland, and Liechtenstein by the looks of things. Country code? List of country calling codes. I think that's what we want. Right. So what are we looking for? '49 for Germany. '41 for Switzerland. What was the other one? There we go. 423. Okay. So any of them could be the 4. Right. What was it? 49. '41 or 423. Noted. Back to the game. I don't suppose there's any more of a hint in the game, is there? Not really. It doesn't say that this is a German telephone book or anything. Although we might just be in Germany, in which case we wouldn't need the country code. Where's the telephone? There it is. So let's just try without the country code to begin with. So 3, 1. 6, 9, 6, 8. Oh, we got through. Hausmeister GmbH, how may I help you? What do you mean broken? Of course it is. They're tearing it all down. Are you calling from there? Who is this? You shouldn't be there. Hello? Okay, that was unexpected. Tearing it all down. Shouldn't be there. Okay, that... But you wouldn't tear down a building that's all still fully furnished. Surely, that's just silly. Even if we had broken, are we to believe that we... And if this place was scheduled for demolition, wouldn't all the power be cut off? And we know the plumbing's still working. The phone is ringing. Bella, it is me. When your horse barks, one has made a mistake. There was a misunderstanding about the elevator. It couldn't be trusted. It should be working now. Please, Signorina, forget about Housemeister. How did you know I'd made a call? How did Nero know that I had called Housemeister? Alright, we'll go to the elevator next, after I've looked at the rest of these plans, I think. Inside the document tubes. I've actually forgotten where they are. Oh, there's one. So this was one where there were two possibilities for what the code could be, and we weren't sure which, or I wasn't sure which it was. It depended upon how you interpreted the shapes. 265 was one possibility. That's it. The second floor of Hotel Let's Say Jar includes spaces perfect for expeditions and shows, as well as a lot of luxurious rooms to stay and feel at home in. Studies, offices, and other workspaces are found throughout the floor. The floor also leads to the backyard, in which you will find places to contemplate, such as the orangery. There is a balcony facing south, and each wing has its own balcony with their own fireplace, with their own fire escapes. That'll be how we get into other parts of the building, I should think. So that's where we are right now. And they've noted that there's another cut up picture there. We've been there, we've been there. That's about it. That's all we have access to right now. But you can see these wide areas, these extensive areas that we don't yet have access to. I don't recall where the other document tube is. But I'm sure we'll find it. There it is. Right. 729. Was that not it? Oh, blimey, I got one wrong. Good thing for photographic memory. Let's have another look at that book. Was it a book? What was it? I don't know what it was, technically. Was it a document? I don't think it was a note. Certainly wasn't a magic poster. What was it, technically? Hang on, I know this wasn't what we were looking at. Yeah, okay. I just remembered the astronomical clock when I read TikTok timekeeping systems and wondered if it had more information. But no, it's a bit basic. Have you seen our document tubes? Please come by our temporary studio in the basement if you know of their whereabouts. Thank you. Missing script pages. Has anybody seen my lost pages as seen in my typewriter January 13th? The content has cosmic, crossed out, personal value. There is a substantial reward for finding all 9 of them. Please deliver them to me personally. I'm staying in room 1963. That would, of course, be the individual we believe to be Nero. Not the Roman Empire. The Roman Emperor, sorry. Nero, Renzo Nero, the character in this game. I'm a little confused. Why is the document that, why can I not find the document that contained all the puzzles for getting into the document tubes in our photographic memory? Let me go back to where they are physically in the world. It's possible I just skipped past it. So it's called drawing board. Okay. Recalculate the area. Oh, I'm a moron. The question mark's upside down. It's not 81 times 9 at all. It's 18 times 6. That's 108, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. There we go. The highest floor of the Hotel Letzejar is used for the most spacious suites, facing the beautiful and seemingly endless forest to the north. The wing's rooms feature grand windows from which guests can view the wonderful landscape. The majesty of this floor is enhanced by its many hallways, while the octagonal centre of the floor accentuates the height. The stairs in the southmost hallway lead to the small loft, while the stairs in the northern hallway lead down to the mezzanine of the foyer. Right. So this is where we are now. We've been in there. That's the octagonal area they're talking about, I suppose. Who's written something there? 357 to get in there. That's good to know. 357, okay. I'm almost tempted not to even bother writing that down. I suppose I should. Since we can go there almost immediately. So we are on the 3rd floor, aren't we? Although the game... No. Sorry. We're on the 2nd floor and the game calls it the 3rd. Yes, I believe that's correct. 2nd floor. Door 357. There may be others. On this floor, I mean, that may not be an entirely unique description, but it narrows it down quite a lot. Actually, I should probably save here before I do that. Wrong way. This one? 3, 5, 7. Did you want to input the other way around? Yes. Top to bottom. N3. So this is a clue we got from a bust. Bust clue 12N3. Oh, there's others. 12LEI. Two N3. I'm already starting to wonder, oh, do I need to interpret these upside down or something? Do they make something? You know, do they become a more meaningful message if you were to try and read them the other way up? I don't think so, though. Too Nate. There is a note next to the device. Input case-sensitive code to request bug report 2. It only accepts letters. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, and it could be of any length. I'm thinking that 3 could be an E, but then the N when upside down isn't anything. It could also be N as in north. Lay almost makes me think it could be to do with Lorelei. We're a little stuck again. Although we haven't explored the elevator yet. It does indeed work. Well, what will that do? Just rings a bell. I wonder what the point in that is. The shortcut's bolted from the other side. Going back to our photographic memory, can I figure out where we are? So we should be in the cellar right now. Oh, is the game telling us that's where we are right now with that little little symbol there? I don't know what that symbol's called, but it reminds me of the little thing you might see in Google Maps or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can access the cellar from here. I mean, we're technically in it now, but, like, looks like the rest of it's still cut off from us. Still, this might lead to something. Oh, we can go lower. OQ3 KLB Electronics. Okay. I'll make a note of that, I guess. OQ3 KLB Electronics. Strange that there's some red squares here. Not just bits of red paint that have been left behind by someone being careless with paint, little splotches, but actual painted squares. Where are we now? Computer room. Okay. This is called the computer room, apparently. Very large inventory we have, don't we? Oh my. What have we stumbled across? It does look like an old system though. Unlike the stuff upstairs that looks much more recent. It just says OQ3 KLB Electronics, but it looks like there's a lot more information on that advertising poster up the top. Although it almost looks like Braille or something. I'm not sure how to interpret that. Initiating. Please stand by. Look into the supercomputer. BIOS version 9, CPU, SG vector processor 7, 12 MB, 12 megabytes. I get the feeling this probably wouldn't be considered a supercomputer by today's standards. Display type free LSRI. Boot instructions, input username by return, input password followed by return. Oh, sorry. Input username followed by return, input password followed by return, set memory sequence followed by return. Those are the symbols we saw on the posters. Username, password. I wasn't expecting the keyboard to do that. Username, password, and memory sequence. Well, you got me. Goodness. We might be able to guess the username from the posters if we knew the order. But the rest I don't know. So it's username, password, memory sequence. What are our options? 1932, 1938, 1948, 1953, 1957, 1960, 1962, 1973, 1982. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have 1847, 1963, and 2014. Along the other side. Login failed. Verify sequence could not be initiated. Footsteps approaching. Finally, the Deus Ex Machina has arrived. The plot device that will solve our problems. Oh, hello there. Is it working yet? Has it shown you anything significant? Does it know about what happened? Forgive me, but this device makes me nervous, like the pan who sold the egg. Our entire project and future depends on it, Signorina. It holds the final truth for us. We must find out everything required to operate it. This is your most important task here. Buona fortuna, Signorina. Wow, that was unexpected. Right, let me go back to those posters. There's no date on any of them, is there? How do I know the order? Unless this is the order. Could be alphabetical order. Like, if they just had years on these posters. Alright. Let me take another look at that computer again. Right, pretty sure, as I say, those are the symbols we saw on the magic posters. Right. Let me just copy out a handful of these symbols, just so that if I see them again, I'm more likely to recognize them. And then I guess we carry on exploring where the elevator can take us. I don't know what else we're going to do. Not only do I not know the combination that the symbols we got from the magic posters should go in. I mean, it could be floor order from top to bottom or from bottom to top. But I don't know the solution to the other two puzzles here. Still, quite the discovery. Right, if I check mental notes, log into supercomputer, that has been added. Good. Let's check out the other floors. Right. Oh, 1973. That is one of the dates. That's one of the other dates on the computer. Like sorry, one of the years. The years 1847, 1963, and 2014 come up a lot. So let's call them primary years, to give them a name. Whereas 1973 is a secondary year. That's one of the ones that was on the computer keyboard, but I don't think we've encountered otherwise. I was going for the map, wasn't I? Yes, indeed. The game does seem to use that little symbol on the right to indicate if you have a map of the area you're currently in. Right, we should be able to access a room here we've never been in, and we should be able to access a room here we've never been in. And in fact, there should be at least one shortcut we can unlock, I think. Can we? No, not necessarily. In fact, this is the area we've been before. It's not obvious. It's not obvious how we unlock these locks. These might be the puzzles we did earlier in the puzzle book, or they might not be. Well, only one way to find out. Or they might be the puzzles we did in the puzzle book, but that we need to unlock them from the other side. That's another possibility. Diamond's door. Okay, we can't open that. Unlock the diamond's door, but at least we can save. Where are we? Front east hallway. Okie doke. This is a nice piece. It's locked. Why was a memory recovered? Balcony door, it's locked. What? What kind of lock is this? Well, I don't know what to tell you. East 3-letter lock? I mean, mechanically, it would be the same as any other combination lock. It's just, what a strange choice. Oh, an American dollar. Don't mind if I do. What? That's not real music. Laser eyes. 1963-2014. That's an E, F, G, A, C, D, E, F. I am an old woman. I'm yesterday's news. Huh. Oops. Mucked that up. Would it be the case you need to play the piano according to the numbers order? That's what I just tried. Didn't seem to work. Well, that's an interesting puzzle. Grand piano. Play a tune on the piano. Unlock the east door. Copyright 2024. That's even further in the future. The trouble is, as you can see, the notes are too fat. They take up too much space. You can't tell what notes are supposed to be. Can't see any numerical pattern to these notes either. Or rather the numbers on the notes to figure out where missing notes might be. Hang on. I think there might be a one-to-one correspondence between notes and numbers, because that's one's an E and that one's an E. Let's assume that's the case. I don't know if we're going to use the accidentals at all, but C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. And that should be 12. It is. Right, so we know that E is 1. We know that F is 9. We know that G is 6. We know that A is 3. We know that C is 2. We know that D is 0. I'm being foolish because then we end up with F being 9 and 4. Oh well, that's good information to have anyway, since it helps us consider what the problem might be. It helps us narrow things down. Huh. I should have spotted that much sooner, though. Oh well. Just checking to see if there's anything hidden in here that we missed. I don't think there is. Okay, I guess we're leaving. Did I try that door over there? I think I did. Yeah. Up to the, what they're calling the 3rd floor then. The 3rd eye hears all. Yeah, I was wondering what that means. I feel like a big part of doing well in this game is going to be husbanding information effectively. You know, being really good at organising information and noticing patterns. Okay, so we're in a room which we probably can't get out of. I take it back. 12. I should have the solution to that. 90. The solution to this should be 90. Well, that's nice. Why did it say there's another exit over here, though? That's weird. Can this be opened like a door? Why could I not just remove the painting if that's the case? Yeah, you can see the room we're in, and in fact it's removed one of the locks. It looks a lot like that's supposed to open. But if we take a look at it, we just see a wall with a painting on it. It's almost like we're supposed to ring a bell or something in that room. Oh well. That's a shortcut unlocked. Can't complain about that. This is nice. 2 and 3. Could 2 and 3 be the solution to the... that weird lock we saw before? Or did that only contain letters and not numbers? I know it had letters on it. I don't know if it was exclusively letters that were on it. Oh, I ring the bell on the elevator in that room, obviously. We'll do that in a second. I went too far. Oops. Could be a Z and E. What if it was upside down, other than the fact that the N wouldn't look right? You have no E. Yeah, it doesn't look like we know the solution to that. Oops. Let's go back to the elevator and try ringing that bell. Ding. I had to ring it 3 times, I see. Was third a reference to 3 then? Ooh, new area. Another American dollar? That looks a lot like a trapdoor. The sculpture's something in its forehead and a note stuck to it. Read the note. I was worried you had set a trap for me, Signorina, but it was completely safe to take the object. The trapdoor did not open. You are good at mind games. We set a trap for you, excuse me? Obtained the eye key. I'm glad that trap... Not pleased about that. Oh, hang on. Let me pause the music I've got playing. Wait, can we go higher? There's another floor higher still. The emblem on the door depicts number 3. Unlock the 3 door. Spooky music. Anyway, well that's a good warning that he may well... Some of these traps may in fact be deadly. Let me restart the music. Oh, let's save. And where does the game think we are now? Lost. Oh, loft. Sorry, I thought that said lost. I assume the eye key is used in the other statue. As a hole in the forehead. Could be wrong. Bit. Now I think about it. Now I've said it out loud. Bit, slightly off-putting that these busts have holes in the forehead specifically. That's a secondary year, isn't it? 1938. Yes. Okay. Revolver door. The emblem on it depicts revolvers. So those aren't actual revolvers, that's just a revolver emblem. Good to know. A ladder. Diorama. This is going to get me a code, isn't it? That looks like Z1. But the rest of it doesn't make sense from that angle. A4? M2. Z1, M2, and A4. Nearly missed that. E3. Well, what do we make of this? So E3. Z1. Oops. Of course, I don't know the intended order of these. I just know the parts. M2. And A4. That could be the code that we need for the bug report. But how would I know the order? Ah, the order they're encountered as you go through the maze, perhaps? It appears to be a maze. No, because there's multiple paths. Why is there another, like, inverted person? But they're not properly there. There is something very strange going on here. Oh, it's all upside down. Oh, I see. I see what I did. Ignore me, I'm being a bit dumb. I just turned it upside down and didn't realise. Ah, it's a woman and a man. Right, how many ways are there of ordering 4 elements? Well, if there were 2 elements, there'd be 2. If there was 3 elements, there'd be 6. So if there's 4, there's 24. I could brute force that, but I just get the distinct feeling I'm not supposed to. Well, if I were to do them by height... I guess it would be E3, Z1, M2, A4. Or, we've got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, don't we? Maybe the code is ZMAE. Right, is it a capital Z? Can we tell? We can't tell. Probably a lowercase, probably. But not definitely. Okay, so I'm wondering if it could be Z, lowercase z, capital M, lowercase e, lowercase a. Just a guess. In fact, there were no numbers on that typewriter, were there? The other one, I mean. Not typewriter, it was sort of like a typewriter, wasn't it? For getting the bug report. I think it was a typewriter. How a typewriter gives you a bug report, I'm not sure. Ooh. Pachelbel's Canon in D. Input case sensitive code to request bug report free. Success. I'm half tempted to wait for the music to finish, but you probably don't want me to. Bug report free. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes library prototype. Software. Hardware. Laser Eye. Library issue 1 ID Psi. Issue description. Walking backwards through the passage close to the woman. Immediately after interacting her will result in a software crash. Library issue 2 ID Phi. Issue description. The shelf behind Magician does not have any assigned collision. This will result in the player character being able to reach an out-of-bound space. Walking through passage 2, then door 0, then door 1, and finally passage 4 will make the software crash. Library issue 3, Sigma. Issue description. Interacting with the man with the gun and leaving the software on the dialogue screen for about 30 seconds will result in unexpected dialogue strings. When returning from the dialogue screen, the player character animation is broken and trying to leave the room will result in a software crash. Why do I get the feeling these are all things I'm going to be expected to do? Why Phi, Psi, and Sigma? They're not in order, they're not adjacent. Progress. Years are numbers and numbers are money. Words generate money, so we must be able to apply math to words. Okay. This doesn't seem... This doesn't seem to be founded on any strict rational basis, but alright. This new ideology has allowed me to solve this game completely. First magic word equation. I noticed that's the same symbol on that lock we saw earlier. First, we must assume that you're all fellow Americans. We all speak English. Hotel Let's Jar equals hotel last year. The third eye fell from the sky over 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, the first magic word. Last year, the first magic word equals laser. I'm trying to follow the logic, but I'm struggling. Second magic word equation. Renzo plus L plus O equals Lorenzo. I had noticed that before. Hotel OL, the second magic word. Oh, hotel minus O minus L. So, HTE. If the second magic word transforms to 1, 2, 3, then 2, 1, 3 equals the. Conclusion, we are not in a hotel, we are not in last year, we are in the last year, and this is only seen through laser eyes. Can anyone make more sense of this than I can? I think that somewhere hidden in the first magic equation is the solution to that lock we saw earlier. I'm just trying to figure it out. Since it's got the same, the doodle on the right is the same as the doodle on the lock. Oh, last year minus the first magic word equals laser. So what have they removed? They've removed the T, the Y, and the A? One of the A's. GYA? 1,000 years ago equals the first magic word. Let's say it's 1963. That would make it 963. Turn it upside down. And you don't get anything useful. It would be E9. E96, I think. So the second magic word is hotel minus O and L. Which is HTE, which we know is an anagram for the. Why would he say we're all fellow Americans? Renzo isn't American, is he? Did Renzo not write this? I think it must be TYA. And the second one must be HTE. I think a magic word isn't necessarily a word in the English language in this context. There was an American dollar behind the paper. Wonderful. And the shortcut's bolted from the other side. Wonderful. Still, progress is progress. Is this the floor I wanted? I think it was. Right, can I make this read TYA? T. Oops, I went past Y. It's looking promising. It looks like this would be a valid... It is! Yes! And we're on the balcony. Oh, won't this let us get to the No, it won't let us get to the mausoleum. The ladder is not extended. That's what I want you to do. You're next to the ladder. Please extend it. If you can't extend the ladder from here, then how is the ladder extended? Okay, that turned out that was good progress, but it turns out it didn't lead to anything immediate. What was the other thing I was going to try? Oh, we may as well save while we're here. Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to that other room. I think the bug reports may have their clues in the same room that they are in now. That is my current thinking. I mean, we could brute force it with all the primary and secondary years we know and see if any of them fit. But I take it that's not the intention. Automobile plus a dog like all other dogs. I think I can solve that now. Since those were films, and presumably if I go back to the library I'll find the number that they were associated with. A Dog Like All Other Dogs is still frequently aired on TV in Italy and Germany, and Automobile is constantly screened at cult movie festivals. We don't have a number associated with it. Okay, but I mean we have that's a big clue though. So there's going to be a number associated with those two films he made. And then we add them together and we get the code for that door. I was headed up, wasn't I? I was headed up to... Not here. I was headed up the other stairs. What was that? Oh. Never mind. I was headed up to try and get that other bug report. Right, what are my clues? 2 Nate. 2 N3. 1 2 Lay. 1 2 N3. Which piece is this? George's Bizette. Habanera. Performed by Kevin MacLeod. See, my instinct is to think that, like with the previous puzzle, the number must be giving me the position. But that doesn't figure with this puzzle, because they sometimes, like here, we have more numbers than we have letters. One, 2, N3. Do any of them begin with a letter? No. One of them begins with 2. 2 of them begin with 2. One begins with 1. Another one begins with 1. So they either begin with 2 or they begin with 1, 2. Only one of them has 5 characters. How many characters do they all have? Oh, 2 of them have 5 characters. That one has 3. That one has 4. See, what a naive way you might think is, oh, take the second letter of the bit that follows. So A here, the second letter of Nate, but it's clearly not that. 2 and 3. I'm tempted to think, like with the previous one, I'm supposed to distill this down into like a 4-letter sequence. Although they're all in capitals here. No lowercase. Nate N lay N. Two N 3, 1 2 N 3. Is that telling me that the third letter is N? No, because then 1 2 lay wouldn't make sense. How can we have 2 N 3 and 1 2 N 3? How does that work as a code? Does it do anything if I say it out loud? 1 2 LEI. 1 2 LEI. 1 2 lay. I don't think so. 12 LEI. 12 LEI. 12 lay. No, I don't think that means anything. Upside down doesn't really help. But it can't be a coincidence that the previous typewriter had a 4-letter solution and we've got 4 statues in here. Surely it's looking for another 4-letter code. They all begin with numbers. They don't all end with numbers, though. Only half of them do. The ones that do end with 3, though. But that could be a coincidence. Hey, Pengy. I'm struggling on a puzzle right now. I have reason to believe, due to a similarity to a very similar puzzle I did not that long ago, that I'm looking for a 4-letter sequence. I do not expect it to be a real word, and I'm expecting it to be case sensitive. And I have 4 clues: 2NATE, 2N3, 12LEI, and 12N3. Strictly speaking, I don't know for absolutely certain that I'm looking for a 4-letter sequence, but it seems very, very likely. Because I had another one of these typewriters that would output a bug report, and that's exactly how that one worked. Specifically, the previous typewriter, I had a lowercase e and a 3, a lowercase z and a 1, an uppercase m and a 2, and a lowercase a and a 4, and I realised that the numbers on the end were giving me the order. So it turned into, if you reorder it all and remove the numbers, lowercase z, uppercase m, lowercase e, lowercase a, and that was the solution. And so just by similarity, I'm expecting a similar sort of solution here. 2NATE, 2N3, 12LEI, 12N3. Exactly. What did the clue say? Input case sensitive code to request bug report to. Yeah, we already knew that. So it's a slight bit of leap of logic of my own to assume that it's going to also expect a 4-letter solution and not another number of letters. It might expect another number of letters. I can't rule it out. But I also can't help but notice the previous one expected 4 letters and there's 4 busts here. Which obviously makes me want to try and reduce each code, each of these codes into 1 letter. But maybe that's not it. Can you try multiple times, and how many letters does it take? It seems to take an infinite number of letters, so far as I can tell. I can just keep going. And apparently exclamation marks, question marks, and full stops as well. And I can make as many attempts as I want. But I don't think it will accept it until I get it right. The other thing I'm assuming is that these busts are the solution to this typewriter. Or printing device, as they put it. The previous one, when I first came to this room, I left because I didn't understand what had to be done. And it wasn't until I solved the other one, where they had the codes in the same room, hidden in the way I just described, that it made me want to come back here and think, oh, so those busts must specifically be solving the puzzle in this room as opposed to another room. I suppose I don't, strictly speaking, know that for certain. Nothing else you can interact with? Not in this room. I can always leave and come back here later. Not unless I've missed something, anyway. It's possible I'm not supposed to solve this yet. It's possible I'm supposed to come back here later. But like I say, it's... Having solved a very similar puzzle just now, I'm just tempted to think that all the information's supposed to be self-contained in this room. They can't be coordinates, can they? Because not all of them have 2 numbers. Hang on. People's names. Lorelei. I already noticed the connection between L-E-I and Lorelei. The Nate could be from Renate. As in Renate, Schwarzwald. So 2 letters, then N-A-T-E perhaps that means. So R-E, then N-A-T-E. 2 letters, then N, then 3 letters. But really? 12 letters? Then lay? Unlikely. 12, then N, then 3? Lorelei would be 4 letters. So not even 1 letter, then 2 letters, then lay. No. Could be a coincidence about the 2 Nate. Just, you know, trying to find patterns. I would be surprised if that Nate doesn't have something to do with Renate, though. Knowing how this game works. R-E-N-A-T-E. What were the 4 big names? It was Renate, Lorenzo, Lorelei, and Renzo, as opposed to Lorenzo. Wait. Lorelei. What if 2 was just a code for RE? That would make 1 a code for LO. Ahaha, I think we're getting somewhere. So they're substituting numbers for not that number of letters, but a specific sequence of letters. Got it at the same time as me. So 1 is LO. 2 is RE. 3 is 8. So is it just 4 we don't have? I was just typing that just as you said it. Or was there no 4? Maybe there was no 4. So for the record, what do they all say? That's Renate. Or Renate. That's... No, that's Renate. They're both Renate, aren't they? That one's Lorelei, and this one's Lorenate. Lorenate? Oh, sorry, Lorate. No, because there's an N, it would be Lorelei. Yep, I think you're right. Type them in the order 1, 2, 3. I was just wondering what they all said. Anyway, so we want L. Hang on, I just had a thought. It's gonna. Is it gonna want these in all caps? Presumably. L O R E A. Oh, I see what you mean. The laureate, that was the solution to this puzzle, yes. Sorry, I misunderstood. No? I'm pretty sure we solved that. How you were what you're encoding and how you're encoding it. So what are we missing? Let me just input that one last time, just in case. I made a mistake whilst inputting. Which is entirely possible. Yeah, it's not having it. I'm not expecting this to work. But let's try the Lorelei. We could also try different capitalization. Not that. Let's try all lowercase. No? Camel case? No. Question if there are any other names that matches, because now you have 2 Renate. Well, the Nate's unambiguous, isn't it? Renzo, but that's not. That would have to be 2N2, and it's not. Not that I know of. Oh wait, sorry, what am I talking about? It is Renzo, isn't it? Because we know it doesn't have to be the same number of letters. We've already established this. It's Z. Right, so the 3 stands for ZO. Right, okay. Yep, I was being stupid. That's okay, the numbers is not the letter counts. Yep. So 1 equals LO, 2 equals RE, 3 equals ZO, which means Renate, Renzo, Lorelei, and Lorenzo, which figures perfectly. That's what we were expecting. Jolly well figured out, Pengy. So we think it's L O R E Z O. Yes. Bug report Bug report 2. Lorelei and the laser eyes. Hallway prototype. Laser 1. Hallway issue 1 ID. Pi. Issue description. Interacting with the magician repeatedly will corrupt the dialogue text. Repeatedly triggering corrupt dialogue text will eventually make the magician turn into the player character. When interacting with the player character, the software will crash. Hallway issue 2 ID. Z. Again, these aren't in order, I don't think, and they're not adjacent. Greek letters. Issue description. Standing closely behind the pointing woman while facing the opposite direction she points will trigger a corrupt animation for the pointing woman when pressing the button. The wall to which the woman was pointing will corrupt and lose its collision, leading to a corrupt path. Walking down the corrupt path will result in a software crash. Hallway issue 3 ID Omega. Issue description. Walking through door 1, then door 9, then door 6, and finally door 3 will trigger a corrupt cutscene. This is followed by a software crash. Yes, another one of those mysterious bug reports. As I said earlier, I wonder if in some way, shape or form I'm going to be expected to carry out those actions. Still, progress is progress. How are we doing? 20.5% of the way through the game. Goodness, so we're looking at what, a 10-part stream so far? Or if it continues at that rate? Blimey. Thank you for the assistance, Pengy. Very good of you. I'd probably better wrap up there. I hope you'll forgive me for the slightly shorter stream than usual. What was I thinking? Upcoming streams. Next stream will be Friday. That'll be more Dark Souls. And then Saturday should be more Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I hope you're enjoying it. Do let me know if you are. And do let me know if you're not. Obviously, I try to stream games that people enjoy. What else was I thinking? Take care. Get well. I'm about to go to bed. Fair enough, Pengy. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Lovely to see you as always. I said it earlier, but I'll repeat it now. I've put together a little Minecraft server for Sunday gaming. This is obviously off stream. I didn't say that earlier, but this is just for people that want to hang out on Sunday. Chat over VoIP if you want on Discord, or don't if you don't wish. But if you're interested, that should be available on some Sundays coming up. I mean, Sunday gaming tends to be a bit ad hoc, but just making aware, I've got a Minecraft server now, 1.21.4 vanilla. Although you're welcome to use client-side mods. Yeah, I've already covered upcoming streams. If for any reason my streaming schedule should change, then I'll announce it on social media, which currently means X, formerly known as Twitter, Blue Sky, Mastodon, and Meta Threads, and I'd also announce it on our Discord server. Thank you for streaming. Have a good evening. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you to everyone that joined me, whether you interacted with me in chat and kept me company, or if you just lurked. I appreciate each and every one of you. And yep, have a great night, everybody. Good night.